Hey everyone, it's me again. Um, it seems like this week's topic is about psychic vampires. There's also emotional vampires. There's a lot of different type of vampires out there. Because funny enough, I was thinking to myself, I noticed how in various spiritual groups, people don't really talk about vampires, psychic vampires, emotional vampires, things like that. And I think it is very important that people know about this because when you're engaged in spirituality, whether you're just receiving spiritual advice or giving and receiving, it is important to know what you're up against and how to protect yourself. Okay, and so who also brought this topic was one of the members. I had asked a question about that, which was great because I had always I had it on my mind already on what should we talk about for the week. And also, I wanted to share real quick that last night was very unusual. I had this dream that someone that looked like my friend came. She sat next to me and she asked me to hold her hand. And when I did so, I was like, we were both breathing in and out as if we were transferring energy. But when I looked up at her, her face started to transform into a demon. And she started to growl at me. And so I'm here, I tried to remove my hand, but her grip was really strong and she wouldn't let go because she was basically feeding off of me. And so what I did was, in the dream, I bit her hand so hard that I severed her fingers, and that was what was able to sever the connection. And I woke up and I was just like, what in the world was that, And I was like, was that a psychic vampire or some type of psychic demon or something? Because it was very unusual. So I was like, you know what, I think that's something that we really need to talk about. I do find that maybe since I've been practicing on increasing my energy and being more spiritual, I think I may have exposed myself to these type of beings trying to approach me and stuff. So I just wanted to talk real quick about that. Some of the symptoms of what you may experience when you're around psychic vampire, emotional vampire, okay? Because usually our body tends to tell us when we're around these kind of people. You either have heavy eyelids and an increased need for sleep. You get very drained and you feel really tired, where you feel like you're doing whatever it's possible to stay awake, but you can't, which that happens to me. That's happened to me here and there. Low mood. If you find yourself that you were in a decent high mood or even medium, and then all of a sudden you're feeling very low mood, that's also a symptom of a psychic vampire. You get the desire to binge on carbs and other comfort food. You get feelings of anxiety, depression, or negative thoughts. Thoughts and feelings, especially if you consider yourself to be a pretty optimistic person. If you're feeling negative and you're thinking negative, that usually means that whoever was around you is probably one of those people. And you feel like you being put down frequently. Okay, there's also a lot of other symptoms, like getting a full night's rest in the aspect of how many hours you slept, but still you feel tired. So that's also one of those nightmares. Okay. So also what's very important, as I always say to people, if you really want to know something, really do a lot of research. The best person you can depend on knowing things is yourself. Although I like to share information stuff, but it's very important that you research for yourself. Because sometimes also the people around us will come off like they're not vampires, and you wouldn't expect, because you'll be like, no, there's no way that this person could be one of those. But then you'd be surprised, and that's why it's very important to pay attention to your physical, and listen to yourself, your intuition, and your body tends to tell you when something is not right. So it's very important to protect your energy, whether you're psychic or not, or whether you're participating in spirituality or not. It's always good to protect your energy from others that might tend to like try to feed off of you, to give them the boost, to give them the energy or light that they're seeking, to help themselves, you know. And it's wrong, but there are people who do those things. So it's like, it's very good to be aware about people who do that. Okay, so like do a lot of research. You know, I recommend like shielding, grounding. Okay, crystals work as well. Like, I don't know if you've seen on the page, something like black tourmaline. We have like labradorite. Rutilated quartz is also a very good one. Okay, malachite. So I recommend everyone doing like their research, you know. And if you do find that you are around people like that, it's either good to like limit your time around them, or if they're extreme, in most cases there are some people who are just extreme vampires, you have to find a way to just sever that connection, because really, you know, it's like that person is just always going to be sucking out your energy. So everything that you're working towards, they're just going to basically be stealing it from you. And I don't think that should be allowed. So if you guys see a lot of posts about psychic vampires, stuff like that, it seems to be the topic this week. So any experiences you guys have with psychic vampires, emotional vampires, narcissistic vampires, like, just, you know, feel free to post in the page and talk about your experiences, or share what you've done to help yourself prevent, you know, receiving energy that way, and preventing people from, you know, stealing energy from you. All right, so I hope you guys have a good day. Until next time, bye.